Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see third-year quarterback Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans as they take on Jacoby Brissett and the Indianapolis Colts. With that, let's get on up to Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. For the call, we bring in our broadcasters, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Houston Texans. From the booth, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. And Charles, this AFC South, the only division with 3 teams over 500 a year ago. Now here in 2019, this may be the most wide-open division in the National Football League.
In addition, it's a really improved division because for years, remember, Indianapolis ran this division. Then Houston popped up and they took over. Jacksonville almost went to the Super Bowl just 2 seasons ago. And Tennessee was in the playoffs 2 years ago and almost got back there again last year. You're exactly right. This is a wide-open division. Should be a fun one to watch.
So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And we are underway here on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jacoby Brissett and the Indianapolis Colts coming onto the field, probably with a little more pep in their step, following a Week 5 victory against Kansas City on the road at Arrowhead, 19-13 to get the Colts to 3-2. Jacoby Brissett didn't throw for a touchdown in that game, was 18-29, as the Colts really relied on the ground game. 45 rushes, 180 yards. On the ground in that contest for Indianapolis, and afterwards their owner called it one of the biggest regular season road wins in franchise history. Hard to argue with that. Here's the second-year back out of NC State, Nyheim Hines. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. And we look now at the offense for Indianapolis.
Brian Kelly's a great example of how valuable centers have become in the NFL. A former first-round pick, he was plugged in immediately to be a starter to handle big nose tackles as well as blitzing linebackers, and also able to move and get out into the run game and get to the second and third level and deliver blocks.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Brissett. Rodgers brings it in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back. Up to make the stop, the Texans' leading tackler a year ago, Zach Cunningham. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
Many times as we open the game, we talk about guys who are drafted in the first round, but how about the undrafted players? In this case, safety Tashawn Gibson, who's made the most of his time in the NFL, becoming a starter in the league, and since 2012, has 20 interceptions, the most for undrafted players in that time frame.
Let's go now. 15 on it. 15 on it. So don't say nothing.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Brissett That's complete to Hines out of the backfield.
Good work, D.
Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, it's Hines. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
So with 4th down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg, maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard, that's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Deshaun Watson, who turned 24 a few weeks ago, brings out the Houston Texans offense. And Deshaun Watson's been enjoying the age of 24, and he enjoyed it last week in that victory over Atlanta. 53-32, the Texans offense exploded. Deshaun Watson exploded. He threw as many touchdown passes in that game as he did incompletions. 5 touchdown passes, 28-33 throwing it, a career-high 426 yards. And so far this season now, 11 touchdown passes for Watson, just 1 interception. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's a guy on his 4th franchise in 2 years, Carlos Hyde. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. And let's go through the starting defense for Indianapolis.
Justin Houston is an elite edge pass rusher, and he has the speed to get upfield quickly, and offensive tackles have to respect that. But also, he has great hands, ability to get their hands away from his body and then make a move either inside or outside to get to the quarterback.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was. the down and distance and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3-and-out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Chester Rogers deep for Indianapolis. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. As Indy comes back out here on offense, want to revisit what we discussed earlier, and that was that impressive Week 5 win for these Colts at Kansas City. Not only did they win at Arrowhead, they held that Chiefs offense and Pat Mahomes to 13 points, only 3 in the second half. And as I was alluding to, the Colts really got it going on the ground. 45 times they carried the football for 180 yards. Marlon Mack was really the lead back, 132 of those yards. So now Indianapolis at 3-2. And they get a bye after that victory against Kansas City, and then they'll be back home for Houston and home against Denver. A real chance for Indianapolis to get to 5-2. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards the pickup there. The Colts have a first down. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
To throw is Brissett. That'll be caught by Rodgers. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Brissett going to lead his guys up first and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. A good pickup of 6 there on first down.
Complete to Chester Rogers. Out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. On second down and 4. Brissett taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. We play
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a first and 10. Brissett going to lead his guys up first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Let's go.
From the 22, Brissett, he's got it to Hilton. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. On play action, Brissett. Able to find Deion Kane, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Mack. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Second effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And the end result was a Marlon Mack touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Houston Texans getting the football back. This is a Houston Texans team that so far has really had an up-and-down year. They were up in Week 5. We mentioned it earlier. They put up 53 points against the Atlanta Falcons in a 53-32 victory. Will Fuller was excellent in that game. Career-high 14 catches, 217 yards, 3 touchdowns, and that's after he had 183 yards through the first 4 games of the season. So we'll see what Houston team we get going forward. Next up, a tough one at the Chiefs, and then another tough one at Indianapolis before coming back home to the Raiders. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Watson. He finds his man Johnson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. Watson off play action. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
You see me, they can't stop me.
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for Houston. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
First down, Brissett. He's got Jack Doyle, and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also moved the sticks.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, here's Brissett. Throw left side, complete. That's Hines.
Out of bounds, that's a 39-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Into the air once more. It's Brissett. Middle of the field to the tight end, Doyle. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hines. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Crunch time, defense.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. That one into the hands of Kane. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
They'll throw again. Brissett. This will be caught at about the 6. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Brissett. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
I know for us it's fun, and it's not so much fun for the rookie receivers when we see them coming into the league and we're good training camps. You see them working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less. In this case, though, wasn't able to complete it anyway.
They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Vinatieri's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out comes Houston. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this
you're
is
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. Back to throw, Watson. It's complete to Fuller. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
On second down, Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. He's got Fuller. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. $51 yards on the punt there. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there, first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here I come again. Here we go. Here I come again.
Now a give, right side. Hines, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
On the ready. Mike, 4-1, Mike. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
On 2nd and 11 now. Brissett, and the catch made by Hilton. Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 61 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Out of the gun, Brissett. And incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now Watson, he's got his tight end, it's Fells. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter, it's a good running back dive play.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson, complete. It's Johnson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. Finding Fells, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 43.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense, great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Steps away. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jabal Sheard picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now Johnson breaks a tackle, and he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. No one attempted or made more field goals than Fairbairn last year. He was 37 of 42.
And they were grateful for every one of those that put 3 points on the board. But I'll guarantee you, Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is thinking to himself, we need to use him a lot less in 2019. Let's make sure we score some more touchdowns.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
Running, 60 outlaw.
That's what I do.
Not taking your advice, they'll throw first play. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time. And now it's 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brissett, and he hits his tight end, Ebron. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now Watson from the gun, he'll throw. They'll roll him out right. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, it's complete to Hopkins. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw is Watson, operating from the gun. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he's got this down to the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
1st down, Houston.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. Open man, the tight end fouls. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. 1st down, a run with Hyde. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
That defensive front four has been very good. They have just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches like four-down defensive linemen. They feel like they can cover more ground when defending the run.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Line up, go.
Here's Watson off the bootleg. That's complete to his tight end, Paulson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Watch the boot. Set.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. On 2nd and goal, Watson, the quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens...
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. That's sacked by the DN, Danico Autry.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Now it's Watson, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Quincy Wilson with the INT.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. On 3rd down, a run by Mack. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Watson and the Texans now down by 16, 45 seconds remaining. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
What's that? 19! 50! 50's the mark! 50's the mark! I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they let you play.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Throwing again is Watson. Got an open man, it's QT. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The Texans on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
1st down.
1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Let's get there. Sense of urgency.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5.
All day, every day.
To the air yet again, Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 5 yards to go.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. One last throw here for Watson. Fells has it, left side. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.